All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, webheads around the world, it's time for the very first official Any Percent speedrun tournament of Spider-Man 2000. Everyone's favorite Spider-Man game, I'm sure. I'm sure that's definitely true.
The
Uh,
best, really.
exactly. So I'm here. I'm Spyron. Hello. You might recognize my voice because I'm generally on here most times. The other voice you may not recognize is Chuck Nicey, new runner to this game. Chuck, do you want to introduce yourself? Tell us a bit about your experience with Spider-Man.
Hi, everyone. I'm Chuck Nicey. Basically, only been running the game for less than half a year now, and I knew I had to find some group that was speedrunning this game because if I was nostalgic about it, anybody else would have had to have been.
Nice. Yes, I think I imagine that's probably how most people, I feel like, found the speedrun is just like, oh, I used to love this game. And then you get hardcore into the speedrunning at the end of it. Yeah, I think that's probably true. That was definitely true for me. That's how I ended up here as well. Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, your tournament today begins essentially, or the tournament, I should say, format is going to start with the seeding phase before we end up in the bracket and the double elimination stage. In theory, what a smart person would have done is I would have the bracket on screen ready to show you, but because I am not very good, I didn't do that. So you're just gonna have to trust me as everything I say is true. So the way this is going to work is we have 3 rounds of seeding essentially, where winners will face winners, losers will face losers, some winners will face some losers, etc. Once that's all done, everyone will be seeded into the correct categories. And then at that point, the tournament begins properly, where it's double elimination format. But today, our very first race is Willy Fetty versus Stop Jesse, 2 runners who are running on different platforms, actually. So this is all PlayStation, but Fetty will be running on hardware, Stop Jesse will be running on emulator. And yeah, that's the race today. So, Chuck, let us go and have a look at our friends' stats here. So, Willy Fetty versus Stop Jesse. Now, the interesting thing here is that Stop Jesse has only just recently started speedrunning this game after attempting the Peter Parker challenge unknowingly, not knowing that it was a speedrun category already, and has now developed into quite a decent little runner who has come and tried different categories, and now he's here today to do any percent. He has no submitted times on speedrun.com yet, but I'm sure that'll come soon. Chuck, talk to me about Stop Jesse. What do you think of Stop Jesse and how he's been getting on?
I think that he's got a lot of heart. I think it's great that he just stumbled across the community
Yeah.
by doing something that anybody else or anybody else in the speedrunning community would be at least trying or humoring. Um, I I'm surprised that he doesn't have any runs submitted to the board yet, but I'm hoping that with this race, no matter how it goes, maybe we'll see a time up on that board.
I hope so. I know he's definitely got runs in his pocket that he has. So it's just a case of, I think, from speaking to him earlier, it was a case of, oh, I kind of want to submit a good time that he feels like is respectable. I think he's just waiting for that time. So we'll see. Maybe today's the day. His opponent is, as you can see from the stats, a very tenured runner. Technically, I guess, has only been streaming for a year, this game, and running this game for a year. But
That's surprising.
yes, you wouldn't guess so from his stats. He's very, very, very good. Was the king of hardware at one point until someone maybe came in and took some records. Who could that be? Who knows? But Willy Fetty, definitely one of, if not the best, one of the best PlayStation runners on the board currently. Sitting there with 6 world records across PlayStation, Spider-Man specifically. Has run 8 different categories, including some of the category extensions as well. It's all very exciting. I think a rough matchup, unfortunately, for Jesse in this first round, but I think an interesting one just to see potentially how a race could change things. You never know. Like, race, obviously, you're going for, it's one shot. You're not resetting. There's no restarting. It's one shot, and you've got to go at it. So, what do you think of Willy Fetty's chances here then today, Chuck?
Look, the thing is, 8 categories ran, 6 world records. This guy knows Spider-Man back to front. But we know that there are a lot of rough potential reset
Mm.
points that normally would just kill a run, but since we're doing no resets, it means they got to hit that wall again and again until they break through. That means that either one of these guys could pull out ahead. It's just going to come down to discipline and uh and just a lot of practice leading up to this, and maybe uh understanding that maybe it's time to take the no skips tricks instead of trying to hit your head against the wall of some of these any percent tricks that can be really tough,
Mm.
like tunnel crawl skip, or some new runners have trouble with hostage situation even. Any one of these, uh, if our runners run into them, can really give the other runner a great advantage. So uh, I'm not counting Jesse out just yet.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, I think this will be the most interesting thing I think of this race particularly is what skips do they utilize and what do they take any risks, and if so, what are those going to be? So I think we have heard enough about what they're going to do. Maybe let's see them in action. How about that? I think that's probably the next best logical step. So, ladies and gentlemen, the runners on your screen, Willy Fetty and Stop Jesse, are here today to get things done. So, what I will do is I will ask both runners if we get ready to start. Bear with me as we are communicating via Discord chat. And we'll see. You should see them both. In theory, we've got a thumbs up from Fetty. He's ready on the easy difficulty selection. So we just need Jesse to get to the same place. He's giving us a thumbs up as well. I think we're both ready to go. Right. We'll count down then from 3. Let's mute the music and let's listen to. So the audio you'll be hearing is Stop Jesse's. His will be the audio you'll be hearing throughout the run. We'll count them down. Go 3, 2, 1, go. And you should see them kick off any second now. There we go. So Fetty is gone. Jesse should be going. Perfect. There we go. Right. And we're off. We're off. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the run. All right. So straight away, Fetty off to a very fast start on the first level, taking the right side. So this is already potentially a bit different. I wonder which side Jesse will take as well. Nice, smooth. Oh, no. Okay, we've already got
And
a
we
deck. This is it.
this is exactly what I was talking about. Any one of these reset points that would normally restart a run can knock any one of these guys out. And now technically Jesse's in the lead as far as this run is concerned. My goodness. And as a side note, you can kind of see how nice the emulator is compared to hardware. I think it's more of a personal taste, but you can definitely see how much sharper some of the images are in the emulator side.
Yeah, I
But
love Duck Station so good. Like, actually, if anyone's out there like wondering how this is done then on emulator, Duck Station is definitely their emulator to go for. Everything looks so crisp. It's such a good emulator for like, even if you want it to look like it did in the day, you can do that. But if you want to upscale things and make it look nice and crisp like it does on Stop Jesse's screen, it's so good actually.
all right, we find ourselves pretty much around the same spot now. Fetty managed to quickly catch up, and they're heading into hostage situation on nearly equal footing.
Yeah, it's close. So obviously keep an eye on the timers, even though they might be roughly in the same place. It's the timers that count. So even though Stop Jesse is technically ahead here, you can see they're kind of both in the same spot. Now here we go. So things differing already. Fetty going for the hostage situation skip and has landed it perfectly, whereas Stop Jesse trusting his no skips instincts and going for the regular no skips route where he'll do some double button pressing in this next room once he gets there. In the meantime, Fetty pulling ahead now into the lead thanks to his expertly executed skip skills.
Already on to that next level. Jesse uh, taking those weird zips in stride, doesn't seem to be too phased by it at all. And yeah, his execution of the double door open is real clean.
Yeah, it should Should be an interesting one. I wonder if then from this point onwards, how far ahead Fetty will get if he'll stay as ahead as he is now. We're like a level, I guess, ahead if you want to think about it like that. We'll see if he can maintain this. It's looking pretty good for the bomb. Let's see. Now this will be something to keep an eye on. Who gets the faster bomb as well. So let's see what time Fetty throws that bomb into the safe. And we'll see if Jesse can beat that. Okay, 140 is very nice. Very, very
Yeah,
nice.
absolutely a respectable time to get that bomb in the safe.
Okay, so Fetty will move on to the next level, past the bomb section. And Jesse now making his way to the bomb room. So let's have a see. We'll see if he gets a similar kind of time on there as well.
All right, Jesse does get that zip through the door. Let's see how that bomb looks.
Okay, kills all the hostages. Looking good, looking good. Punch, the classic. Love it when you try to pick up the bomb and you just punch it instead. Do that all the time. Brilliant.
You just got to show that bomb who's boss.
Oh, the bounce. Oh, I hate that. The bounce off the metal detector. Ridiculous. Now, oh, it's just short. It bounced off the wall. Unlucky, unlucky. Jesse. Okay. While Jesse's doing that, you can see that Fetty's very handily made his way through Race to the Bugle. You'll notice the little swing cancelling movement that he did around the building, if you were paying attention. Very actually hard to execute that well. So well played to him. He did that very well. And now on to the first boss. It's Scorpion. So Scorpion should take 4 combos to kill. Let's see if he does it in 4. And without Jonah running through the door. Perfect, perfect. Held him up perfectly. Look at him. You can see Fetty's very
Absolutely.
happy.
This is something that I was interested in seeing. Maybe Jesse could earn a bit of time back if Jonah was not so generous about staying in the room. That's a 15-second time loss, just for that cutscene alone.
Yeah,
To try to
it's
catch
rough.
up.
Yeah, it's so annoying as well to say, like, even though this is only like you're looking maybe like 4 minutes, 5 minutes into the run when you get to this point. It's so rough when you get that far in, and then Jonah just decides to run into the second room, because if you're looking at like a really really competitive time, that's the run like over instantly. It's so rough. So yeah, always a good time when Jonah's kind to you, but he's not always. He's very cruel.
But it looks like Fetty did not have such bad luck, and he is well into the police chase. Uh, and the police segment is going to be mostly just proper execution, just good routing. A lot of times we see that the no skips and any percent route of this is fairly close, except for one notable difference at Scale the Girders that I'm sure we'll see here shortly.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see if either of them go for the girders skip, or if they just stick to the regular thing. Ah, we get the one cycle though from Jesse. Very, very nice.
Nice.
Keeps Jonah in the room. That's what we like to see. Perfect, perfect. So he will move on to the police chase levels now. Fetty makes his way nicely to the top of that building. Very nice. Would have appreciated that a lot as a child, to know that you could actually just zip up at a certain point, because those levels are quite rough casually. It's not very fun.
Yeah, if you're doing them for the first time, they can be rough trying to weave between all those different
Yeah.
walls that just get blown up.
It is like, that's one thing I've definitely come to like appreciate doing the speedrun, is like, oh man, this like could have been so much easier as a kid, but actually it's still so good, like trying to figure out all this like casually for the first time. Okay, so let's see. Fetty on the left hand side, swinging through the middle of this building here, nearly to scale the girders, which is where it'll get interesting. We'll see if he utilizes the skip, or if he'll just go the regular kind of speed route. Meanwhile, Jesse scaling this building, getting the zips in the right position. Perfect. Very nice. Very nice. And as he's doing that, Fetty also climbing a building. Different color.
Yeah.
Now, here we go. So, okay. Fetty
Oh.
opting for just the regular strategy, which involves zipping upwards into the middle of the bits. Oh, no, but he's missed.
Oh no!
He's missed the zip.
He did miss the zip. Oh, now I wonder if he's going to try to make that time back by going for the float.
think he is. He's going to attempt it. Okay, this is potentially a chance for Stop Jesse to earn some time back here. Let's see what he does. He's
Oh,
opting. Oh, I'm not sure if he's.
Fetty Fetty's trying to get the sniper to get off of his case, because if he gets shot while he's on that crane, that can be a big problem
Yeah,
for the
so.
setup for the float. So he's going back to old strats as far as this one's concerned.
Okay, and does manage to nail the cutscene skip there. Okay, so potentially a bit of time there. Yeah, the sniper causing him a little bit of trouble. So he'll be
And
happy
Jesse
to have.
swings backwards.
Oh, it's
That's
rough.
going to cost a bit of time.
Okay, yeah, we'll see. We'll see again. So, guys, very important to remember as well. So, Jesse obviously very new to this run. Only really been running it for the past, I want to say, like in terms of like actual hours that he's put in. Not many at all. It's maybe like a day's worth of like runs, basically, if that. Whereas Fetty, multiple hours, multiple days. So that's what we're looking at in kind of comparison to both. So Jesse doing really, really well, has to be said, for someone who's very new to this category. So.
Absolutely. He's picking up some of these tricks and these routes pretty well, trying to take some of those tactics one at a time. But going back to Fetty real quick, looks like he is opting to do the web dome tactic on Rhino.
Indeed.
Uh,
Can we get a Burke tutorial, please? In the chat? Burke tutorial? Anyone? Yeah, executing that well. So there's two kind of like real strategies, I guess, for Rhino. One of them involves, like you see, you jump, kind of kick into him. You want to try to run inside of him as much as you can, and then you do the kind of repeated web domes to damage him. The deeper you are inside Rhino, the more damage you'll deal. Take that however you like. The other strat involves you put the web gloves on and you do some combos. That technically does take a bit longer and is sometimes inconsistent because he just can decide to punch you in the middle of it, which is a bit annoying. But it all depends on, I guess, your route and strategy for web cartridges. Because it costs obviously a lot of web cartridges to do the web domes. Something to potentially think about going into that level.
right, and that can spell trouble later on in the run, particularly in the Mysterio fight if you're really not keeping track of your web cartridges.
Mm. Yeah, Mysterio comes to mind. Carnage also the other important one for web cartridges when it comes to the
Absolutely.
end. Yeah, that'll be an important one to come to when we get there for sure. See if both runners have enough web cartridges to spam the web balls, or if it's just gonna be the web strategy. We'll see when we get there. But Jesse now moving on to Rhino has made it to Rhino, whereas Fetty dancing for us. Thank you very much as he is chasing Venom through this building.
I'm very interested to see uh, how Jesse takes down Rhino. I wonder if he started really learning some of these tips and tricks. And it looks like he's going for a hug on Rhino. Rhino not very much into that.
There we go. Okay, so yeah, is going for the web dome strategy. Just gets unlucky with the punches a few times there from Rhino. Even though you kind of are trapped in the animation and you can see that Rhino won't always be able to punch you, sometimes you just get unlucky and he will actually get a swing in before you pop the next kind of web dome, which can be unfortunate, but it's just part of the lovely, I guess, RNG of the game. Sometimes he will just get a punch in. It's just how it is.
These bosses can be really mean when
Yeah.
it comes to their attacks and their animations.
Yeah, Venom especially. When we get to Venom 2, guys, that'll be an interesting one to see how
Oh
nice Venom
yeah.
plays.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see a little bit of that here with this first boss fight.
Mm,
Venom teleporting in and out to different areas of the stage, but this one is just a closed rectangle, a veritable box for the boss fight to take place. But once we get to Venom 2, that's going to change a fair bit.
yeah, the layout changes slightly. The kind of format of where to stand and everything changes quite dramatically in comparison to this first fight. But Fetty takes that first fight on the chin very well. 4 combos, finishes Venom off nice and quickly. Oh, 3 combos, sorry, it's not even 4, is it? It's 3. I'm thinking of Scorpion. Oh, my days. And has made his way into the sewers now, the sewer levels. So from once we get past Subway onwards, that's kind of where all the skips come into play. You've not really seen many skips really, apart from the skips that we saw at the very beginning of the game on the bank levels. But once we get past the subway and beyond, it's like skip mania basically at that point. So that'll be an interesting one to see which ones the both runners decide to use and which ones they decide to opt out of. We shall see. Jesse now also chasing Venom through this building. We'll see how quickly he manages to get to the end of this level. Interestingly, I guess it doesn't really massively matter as to when Venom gets to the end of the level. You just obviously need to make sure not to lose him. He's more there just to kind of like he'll get to the end, but you don't have to wait for him to get to the end to finish the level. As long as you're there at the end of the level, the cutscene will play with or without Venom. It's
True. Although
quite
you
nice.
can go too fast on this level.
Yes.
In the first half, if you go too fast for Venom, he decides to just hang out on the building while you decide to swing to the next one, and you have soft locked that level. So that is something to be considerate of, to not go too fast in a speed run.
Woo. And as we're saying
Magically
that, yeah, Betty with the God pipes, gotta love it. He'll be happy with that. If anyone's got the emotes, please do spam them in chat. Love to see it. Yeah, nice zip to end off the swinging there of those pipes. Normally, casually, it tells you need to use the aiming mode to zip around those and swing around those. But as runners, we say, no, we're too cool. We're not going to do that, actually. We're just going to swing normally. Okay, we're on to Subway though for Fetty. This is Stop Jesse's favorite level, if you remember from the stats, because he likes to hug the homies. Now, there's two different strategies, I guess, for Subway. You can do as Fetty has done here. Very nice, by the way, Jesse, getting through Venom nice and quickly. There's two strategies for Subway. You can either do this where the lizard kind of like stands inside you and attempts to grab you and kind of swings at you, but you just kind of stand there and don't do anything, and the other lizards nicely just kind of watch and stare for a couple of minutes as you get through this level. Alternatively, which you'll probably see Jesse do because it's his favorite, I think, trick in the game, is you can hug or grab onto the lizards, and it does the exact same thing basically, where the lizards won't attack you as long as you're holding onto one of the lizards. So as long as you continuously just keep holding onto them, and then when it automatically lets go, you just grab onto them again. It does the same thing. So it's basically whether or not you want to, as Fetty is doing, give us a little dance in between as we do the subway, or if you want to stay pressing buttons, all down to you.
Speaking of Fetty, did you see when he brought his hands up? I think he's got some Ben Riley web shooters on.
Is that what's on his
Very
wrist?
nice.
Yeah.
I think so. That's really cool.
There you go. Look at him. Yeah, look at him.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's a
Very
stylish
good.
boy right there.
Dressed to the occasion. I like how we've both got some like Spider-Man gear on. So we've got the web cartridges on his wrist for Fetty. We've got Stop Jesse's got his Spider-Man hat on. I'm almost certain that's a Spider-Man hat. At least I think so.
Honestly, that looks like a SpiderRuns hat.
Yeah. Hey, brand it, guys. Buy your merch now at spiderruns.com/this website definitely exists and is real.
That's just what the logo looks like to me. It's
it's
uncanny.
That's pretty good.
All right, Jesse going through with the pipes himself, taking a more cautious route. He did go a little bit low on those pipes, but I think he's bought back enough height to swing through.
Yeah, it gets most of the way there, just that last pipe opting to crawl up just for safety, so that's fine. Makes it nice and quickly to the end of this level, and we'll also join Fetty on the subway just as he's finishing up. So another important tactic, which you'll just see Fetty do actually really, really well, is the subway can end early. So if you, at a certain point, start attacking the lizards, if you time it right, they will just stop spawning before the train even hits the end of the track, which will then actually just end the level. And you can save a good, like, 10 seconds, I think. Maybe even more. You're quite fast on that. Very, very nice for an auto-scroller.
And the timing on that is tight. So that's honestly harder than it looks. You have to really pick the right time to take out all of those lizards. All right. Oh, Fetty getting caught up on some of these lizards.
That
trying
lizard
to skip past the gate.
He's come so far. I've never seen a lizard like walk this far up. That's crazy, actually. Outrageous.
He's got some mean villains.
Yeah. This lizard clearly knows Fetty's racing. He's like, hey, I'm a Stop Jesse fan. You stop right there. Don't you get through that wall. It must be because, well, Stop Jesse, obviously, known for hugging the lizards. So, a friend of the lizards. We'll see if the lizards are on Jesse's side as Fetty makes his way through the sewers. Maybe he'll get attacked a bit more than usual on the side of Jesse. We'll see. Okay, so Fetty opting for his. This is his like little strategy. I don't really see anyone else opt for this strategy for hidden switches apart from him, but he finds it very consistent, which is good. It just involves you kind of aiming into the center there to try and find a little gap in the fencing, which will then allow you to zip through. I have a feeling Jesse will not be using that one, so you'll be able to see at least a bit of a variety on that level when he gets there. In the meantime, all right, Fetty, tunnel crawl, everyone I think's favorite level.
Moment of truth.
This is it. Okay, trying to
See
find the
if he can
zips.
get some zips in.
Oh, bro,
Oh, he's having
okay.
trouble. Oh, I wonder if he's gonna have to take it the slow way.
He might have
Especially
to.
since he couldn't even get one.
Yeah, you need like maximum. Ideally, you want to get at least 2 zips. If that's a good big zip at the end though, that
Ooh,
might just save
it's
him.
gonna be tight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
perfect.
he's
He's done
good.
it. Yeah, okay.
He saved it. Oh no, Jesse
No,
got knocked off the
no.
subway.
Oh, you
He's
can't
gonna have to
believe it.
repeat the subway.
Oh, and the subway's so
Oh
rough as
no.
well.
I I hardly noticed because I was so busy watching the
Yeah.
tunnel crawl, but then I see Jesse putting his hands up to his head in disbelief. Absolute heartbreak there. That is what is that? A 2.5 minute loss of
Yeah.
time for
Oh,
that.
he'll be gutted with that. You can see in his face he's not happy. At least, but I guess on a positive note, hug the homies. You can hug them a bit longer. So we've got to see the positives in that.
It's just more time on his favorite level,
Exactly,
you know?
exactly. I'm sure that was intentional. Actually, I'm sure actually he really just wanted to spend more time on here. That's what it was.
Betty
Okay.
not going for the switch skip.
No, and honestly, I don't blame him because that skip is outrageous and really only saves you if if you don't if you're in there straight away and you get in the kind of the falling position straight away. Realistically, you're only saving like 3 or 4 seconds. I feel like, or maybe it's not. Maybe it's more time save than that actually. But even so, it's a risky strat because if you don't fall through, you literally just stood there like a lemon for ages. And
And if you do fall through and you don't time your zips right, then you're
yeah,
falling into the void.
exactly. And then it's all over again. So opting to keep it safe and instead we'll trying to take it fast in. Here we go. Nice little swing actually to the platform there. So the trick on this level kind of works the same way as tunnel crawl, where you want to kind of find these zips along the roof, speed yourself up as much as you can. And then that's really all the zipping you need to do, because at this point you're just going to kind of glitch through this wall, swing over to here where there's another platform, and then this is the end of the level for Fetty. So on to Venom 2 for him. Looking
Indeed,
very nice.
and no fancy zipping here. He's gonna get that cutscene to go through. But apparently there is a skip where if you swing a little bit higher, you can skip that cutscene trigger and go straight to the end.
Yeah, it's that's the tricky one. Yeah, I think if you I've been trying to do that on the like individual levels like runs, trying to get like a really fast one to try and get that one off. And yeah, it's a really tight because you have to. Oh no, Faye, this is combo actually. Luckily Venom stood still for him, so that's at least kind. Yeah, there's. I don't know how practical it'd be or how like risky you'd want to be doing the kind of cutscene skip on. Oh, he jumped straight at him, bro. Faye doesn't know what's going on. Why has he done this to him? Venom, outrageous.
All these villains, both main villains and henchmen, are all conspiring to get Fetty to break his controller.
Yeah, he still does manage it in the 3 cycle though, so that's good. It just took a bit of extra time because Venom decided to be a little bit cruel. That is a shame, but that's okay. Takes that, and he'll make his way onto Bugle and all the lovely things that go on in the Daily Bugle. Now, Top Jesse's made his way to the first part of the kind of major skip section. Oh, from a nice distance, actually, does manage to make it through the gate very nicely. We'll hit the trigger and zip all the way. Nice. Okay, that was pretty nice from Jesse. Looking very good. Betty, you'll have just
Absolutely.
noticed. Oh,
Oh
can't believe
no,
it.
he misses the trigger, so we lose a little bit of time there. Oh, that's a bit heartbreaking. It's no subway time loss, but that's rough.
Oh, and smooth as you like, Jesse. You can see there the other strategy that I think most people employ, which involves kind of zipping through the fencing, the right hand side. Executes that to perfection, I'd almost say. Stop Jesse doing really well on that level. Here we go. Fate, attempt number 2. It's the trigger that
And he
time.
got it.
There we go. Beautiful.
All right, let's see how confident Jesse is feeling about these zips.
Oh, gets one.
Oh,
Now,
that's a good. That's a
the
good solid first one.
the interesting thing and the thing to note here for everyone watching as well is, so normally in tunnel crawl, you want to also press the R1 button, almost like simultaneously with the swing button, just to make sure that if you've, I can't believe he's done it. That's so good. So Jesse doesn't use the R1 button at all because he can't, just the way his fingers, he's not used to pressing the R1 button, I guess. He's not practiced it enough to do it properly yet. So he just YOLOs it and presses the swing button, and if he dies, he dies. And I can't believe first time round he got 2 sick zips and has done that. So, sorry, Jesse needs as much credit as you can give him there, for sure. As
Yeah, that is harder than it looks for sure.
oh
And
yeah,
speaking of harder than it looks, this elevator descent skip is rough, but it looks like Fetty's gonna get it on this last round, opting instead to land on the last floor and get through to stop the presses.
yeah, it can prove troublesome. Interestingly, it seems a fairly straightforward skip. There's elevator descent, but sometimes it's just really cruel and has decided, you know what, I'm not going to put you through the wall today.
I
So
have lost a lot of time to the
yeah,
cruelty of elevator descent, even if everything else goes right.
yeah, it's so rough as well. Again, just like being this deep into the run and having to rely on these skips to get to that far in, and then being like, oh, it just doesn't want to do it for you. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous, really.
All
Okay,
right, Jesse. Oh, actually, no. Let's focus on Fetty here for a second because he's going to be going through another deceptively difficult skip in multiple parts.
here we go. You wait for the spider sense to pop. Oh,
Oh, and he misses
doesn't make it
the
through.
zip backwards.
That is
Jesse shaking his
unfortunate.
head no.
Yeah, so the aim for those who may not have seen before, for the bugle basement skip is as your spider sense goes off, you're supposed to turn around, do a 180, and zip yourself through the door before it can close, and that kind of despawns the level. You can do some swinging and some zipping to get to the level earlier than having to do what Fetty's doing now, which is basically the kind of standard run of the level. But will he get cutscene skip? He didn't
Oh
actually hit the
no. Oh no, it did hit. It hit the symbiote instead,
yeah. Okay, so we'll
and
get
now
to
he's
that
got to
level.
sit through the cutscene.
Yeah, unfortunate. You know, he's not going to be feeling good about that one. Someone who strives for perfection, so anything that's less than perfect, even though he's ahead in this race, he'll be upset about. You know, he'll be upset about. So,
At least
okay,
he's heading into his favorite level.
it's true. It's true. Mysterio's favorite level. I think in terms of soundtrack, I'd probably say my favorite level for soundtrack. I think this one's probably the best soundtrack in the game.
Oh,
It's a
for
shame we
sure.
won't hear it yet until Jesse gets there, but you'll get to enjoy it in all its glory once Jesse gets there, which he will, I'm sure, very shortly as he makes his way to Venom 2. Let's see if Venom's any nicer to Jesse than he was to Fetty.
I hope so. Also, Jesse getting that aim on the wall very handily. I can never get that aim. I'm stuck trying to zip partway through the wall and then holding right to get on the other side of it
Ah, I
to
see.
initiate that skip.
Yeah. Yeah, it's deceptively tricky to get the kind of the aiming off to zip to the other side of the wall if you're only part way in. Um, I think something that just needs a bit of practice. I think for anyone watching, it's just something that you get the muscle memory for. Eventually after doing it for so many times, but until then, yeah, it's a rough one. Okay, Jesse didn't manage to find Venom the first time, but it spawned quite nicely from the second time. Didn't manage to get the web gloves on in time, but still a decent chunk of damage. Oh, catches him midair. Oh, Venom sniped. Sign him up for FaZe Clan, boys. Venom is on one. Let's go.
And
Okay,
Fetty with a nice save on that waterfront warehouse skip. Oh, but he
missed the
misses
trigger.
the end level trigger, so he's gonna have to go
Oh,
through it again,
yeah, I
which
believe
is
it's
rough. Go
too
ahead.
far to the left. Yeah, I think too far to the left, just slightly, of the trigger. You need to the lineup I tend to like visualize it as is his kind of shoulder needs to be parallel with the edge of the fan, so you can see. I think in a better position now that he should be able to do this. Let's see if he does.
No, he misses it
Wow,
again, I
really?
believe. Yeah,
Wow,
that's the second
that's
one.
crazy. Fetty can't believe that himself. That's Absolutely outrageous that that one didn't land. I thought for sure that was fine.
I think
Okay,
it's
well,
the web shooters. They're weighting down his hands.
yeah. Got the weights on, the training weights on. He's not taking them off. Crazy. Okay, Jesse, very, very nice. Finishes Venom off there, and we'll move on to the Daily Bugle and all the goodness that goes on there. Very excited. Now, let's see what I want to see, actually. Interesting what skips Jesse employs kind of on this level forward. Looking to go, looks like the regular way. We'll just do no skips. His Fetty still, I can't believe, has not hit this trigger. It's becoming, I mean, I don't imagine he won't hit this for long enough that Jesse will catch up, but a worrying trend. And so he's actually just opting, yeah, to do this, the no skips route now for this level. So let's
I
see.
think that's a fair strategy.
Yeah,
At some point, you have to decide whether it's worth it to continue trying to do a skip rather than just getting through to the next level to try for something else.
yeah, agreed. Now, the question is, will Jesse gain the moral victory and hit that skip? That's the question we've got to hopefully answer as we get later in. Will he hit the skip? And then he can at least have that over Fetty, which would be nice. I'm kind of hoping that if Fetty doesn't manage to get the one cycle Dr. Octopus, that maybe Jesse does, and then it's like he gets a few like moral victories in here, even if he doesn't win
Look,
the race. That'd be nice.
if Jesse gets the one skip or one cycle lock and Fetty doesn't, it doesn't matter what the time is anymore.
It's true.
That is absolutely Jesse's victory.
Yeah, we just hand in the win at that point. Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
and that would be
Oh, he's
something
through
to
the
see in
wall.
a seating win. Oh, in first try too. Can he get there? Get back again? Good.
Beautiful. Very nice. Okay, Jesse. Elevator descent. Cracked it. He's straight down. Looking very nice. I'm sure we'll just roll through now. Stop the presses. So the mechanics of this level is Fetty's kind of just swinging along, not too much to this level. It's just a lot of swinging and jumping. The mechanics, for those who may not know, you want to destroy these two generators in the first room to unlock the second room. And then from the second room, you skip all the way to the end kind of room here. The shutters will close. And Spider-Man, if you do it right, will just kind of zip through this area here, fall down, and that's the end level trigger just there in that grate. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, and Bugle
Absolutely.
Basement. I'm interested. Right. I don't know how much practice Jesse has on the Bugle Basement skip. So, see actually if he does try for it or if just going forward. Does. Okay, right.
Oh,
Opts to
no
keep going.
skips. Absolutely. Now Jesse has been watching Fetty's runs leading up to this to
Hmm.
try to get an understanding of who he's up against, and it wouldn't surprise me if he's gonna try to employ some Fetty style strats in this run. But well, I guess he did because he's also doing the no skips.
Yeah, it's true. Now, let's see if I think opting just to hit the that symbiote causing all sorts of problems. Wants to get that web ball to the dome. Must enjoy punishment. That symbiote, I think.
Ooh, and Jesse hits a rough point for that cutscene. Hitting that far wall can delay you a bit.
Yeah, text it. He's got to run to the right spot. I've seen it before, interestingly, where Spider-Man will just walk off and just won't stand in the spot he's supposed to for that cutscene, and the level just kind of continues on. You can't end. It's brilliant.
I don't know if you saw it, but Fetty literally praying
Yeah.
for the one cycle lock
Yeah.
leading up to the boss fight.
This is moment of
excited
truth.
to see it.
Yeah, so we got both runners on a boss here. We got Jesse on Mysterio and Betty on Dr. Octopus. So again, we've talked about it a little bit. The Dr. Octopus one cycle. So the aim of the one cycle is you hit all four of these triggers that fall from the ceiling. On the fourth trigger hit, you quickly put web gloves on and you go and fight Dr. Octopus while you've got time. You need to get two kick punch combos and then instantly hit a web dome, and that should finish him off in one cycle. If you miss that at any point of that kind of combo, whether you scuff the combo or whether it be that you just don't quite hit the web dome fast enough, you won't get the one cycle, and you have to wait another basically a minute to do it. As That button just doesn't want to press for Fetty for some reason. Hold on, he's going to collect a web
It's just a
cartridge.
bad angle.
There we go.
There it goes.
Okay, right. One cycle. Kick, kick, punch. Kick, kick, punch. Oh,
And nope. It's close, but no.
okay.
Now he's on to the second cycle.
Second cycle. So the second cycle is not too dissimilar from the first. It's again just pressing the buttons as they fall. And then at this point, probably the quickest way to fight him is just to spam web balls at him until he dies. So we'll see. I imagine it. I guess the good thing about two cycling here, potentially, is that, oh my days, I've never seen anyone
Yeah.
swing through that. Okay, fair play. I've never seen that done before. I didn't even realize he could do that. All right, stop Jesse. Hits the skip.
Ooh.
Oh, no. Okay, just it
Oh,
must have just been slightly shy of the trigger there.
absolute bully, this waterfront warehouse.
Yeah, and especially again, we've talked about this with a few levels, but when you get to these skips late in the game, you just really want them to pay off. You really want them to not scuff you completely because it's so much time wasted to have done so well in so much of your run to then get to this point and have like a skip failure is very disheartening. We can see. Oh,
Absolutely. And Fetty getting a good lineup on
mm,
Carnage here. Looks like it's going to be a pretty straightforward Carnage fight. So solid setup by Fetty on that one. And here's Jesse with his second attempt.
here we go, trying to line up the
Ooh,
jump. I think he just
yeah,
about
that
knows where the
angle's a little
trigger is.
weird.
Let's see if this actually lands him in. Oh, he's got it. Oh, he's
Oh,
got it. Look
yeah,
at
and
him.
he's surprised too. Yeah,
Let's go. Okay.
amazing.
That's one moral victory point for Jesse. Let's go. Okay, we just need him to hit the one cycle Dr. Octopus now, and then I think we can just hand him the win, actually. Forget the timers. Okay, speaking of timers, we're in the last phase of the run for Willy Fetty now. It's the final boss, which isn't really a boss. It's more just an auto-scroller in a sense. You're just going to run away because you can't fight Monster Rock. He is too scary, as many people's childhood selves will agree. Very scary, actually. I don't know about you, Chuck. When you play this game as a younger person, I just couldn't do this. I had to get my uncle to come and do this level for me. I couldn't do it.
I remember being absolutely panicked going through this level, and I have a buddy of mine. Occasionally, I'll just randomly play one of these monster Awk lines, and I'll just watch him jump out of his skin.
Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah. My mum used to hate these blind voice lines. She used to hate it so much. It's awful. It is awful. Not very nice.
Yeah, casually, this can be one of the most stressful levels in the entire game. At a speedrunner level, the fact that uh, the Monster Ox AI rubber bands to your position
Mm.
can make it almost as stressful because you are one bad swing away from being caught by Ock, especially on harder difficulties.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think that's so. For those who aren't aware, yes, we are running on easy. That is the kind of default difficulty for any percent. On harder difficulties, yeah, you want to be careful because it can be a bit rough, and especially as well. Oh, Jesse falling into the void actually there.
Oh
Can't stop
no.
the fog. Fortunate. There's something I realized the other day actually when I was doing runs was the gas that fires out of the kind of canisters on the side will actually deal damage. So if you swing into that as you're kind of swinging along, you might just fall to your death. I learned the hard way, which was very nice. Thank you, the game.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
basically a different colored steam from Bugle Basement, so
mm.
you really got to be careful about those.
Okay, here we go. Right, everyone, please pay attention to Willy Fetty as he looks to finish the game here in 36:42. Yeah, 36:42.
Yeah.
Excellent stuff. Congratulations to Willy Fetty. He will take the victory in this race. But that is not the end. We are going to see Jesse's run out to the end. I think Betty is planning on potentially coming to join us in a second. We shall see. But in the meantime, he can hold his head up high. Be very proud of that run. That was a really, really good run, despite the some difficulties. The early death, of course. Can't even forget the
I am
first level he did
pissed.
die. Hello, here he is. Here he
I am
is.
Oh, welcome,
pissed,
welcome.
dude.
How do you
Fun
feel?
fact,
How do you
fun
feel?
fact, fun fact, I haven't ran this game in how like it's been like 2 months.
So
I
no
hate
practice.
yeah, no, I didn't practice at all. I really was like, oh yeah, no, it'll just come back to me. For me not to be able to hit warehouse skip was like the big like, okay, yeah,
Oh
something's
yeah.
wrong. And then struggling on elevator. I think it's just because I knew I had time. So,
Mm, that's
but
I
fair.
mean, elevator and waterfront warehouse, those two can be real mean for
and look,
sure.
I usually get waterfront. I don't know what happened to me. I crumbled. So, but I'm gonna be practicing for the next race, so I don't look so stupid.
Oh
Y'all are
bless.
gassing me up. Y'all are
No,
gassing me up, and I look so stupid.
it
Hey,
was good. You did a
look,
sick job.
look, that time could still get top 10 on the leaderboard. So
I guess, yeah.
absolutely, absolutely nothing wrong with that run. Uh, you know, nothing to be ashamed about at all on it. It was a really good run.
I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for the gas up.
Nice.
Let's see if stop hits 1 cycle.
There
Oh
you
yeah,
go.
we were saying that if he gets one cycle, we're giving him the victory no matter what.
No matter what.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what that time is. If he
Oh,
gets
that
one,
dive kick was
Oh, it was
really
so
nice.
oh, he was
close.
so close.
Actually, so
I
close.
was gonna pop off of this chair, but
Look,
oh,
if there's one thing that I can count on is me not getting 1 cycle because of hardware. So I could just count on it failing for me every single time. But yeah, I obviously wasn't running. How's Jesse been doing?
Really
he's
good.
been
Like
Yeah.
really,
yeah,
really good. Okay.
he's been doing pretty solid. I think the biggest thing is that uh he fell off the subway. He fell off
That
the
sucks.
subway.
Yeah. We
That's
assume
literally
intentionally
3 minutes
because
of time loss.
yeah, we obviously know he loves to hug the homies, so we assume it's intentional that he just wanted to spend longer on that level. But yeah, it was
Although on the second time
unfortunate.
around, the homies did not want to hug him. That's
No.
for
Oh,
sure.
Yeah.
dude, that's crazy. At least I got to say hey to Mike because I didn't skip basement.
True.
But,
True.
so I got the symbiotes on my side and he has the lizards on his side. Dude, what was up with that lizard? That
Bro, I
just
can't
came
believe
up.
how deep that lizard ran for you. Yeah, that's crazy.
Bro, I've never seen that happen.
No, same. That was a
Did anyone
crazy
see me
lizard.
just be surprised? Like that
Yeah.
after the cutscene loads, he's just right there. Like boy ran through a cutscene to get to me.
Yeah.
All right, Jesse getting a good setup on
Ah, the
Carnage.
lineup, brilliant. Yeah. Vic has nailed that very
Absolutely.
well.
Let's
I was
go.
afraid he was gonna get sunlocked for a second, but no, we are all set to clear out this Carnage, and he's got plenty of web cartridges for this. No worries on that at all.
Courteous of not one cycling Awk, you just have a whole bunch of cartridges.
It's true. At least you have that to like fall back on. It's very nice.
Yeah. I'm just surprised I was only 5 minutes and 30 seconds off my PB. Like from not running it for a while. That is a substantial amount of time, but I'm happy about. I'm not happy about the run. Next run will actually I'll look like I'm a speedrunner of this game.
Okay.
Because dude, I didn't even hit Bugle first try.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah,
That's
you missed the
unfortunate.
trigger on that. Yeah, that's crazy. I can't believe. Just
Oh
like
yeah.
some unfortunate little bits that just went on there. It's so like easy to happen though. I feel like especially when you're someone like yourself who has run this game a lot. Just like little things like that sometimes just can like totally just fail you like without any kind of rhyme or reason.
I
Even
mean, it
though
would be that's why this is no restart, right? Like
Mm.
I would reset this run. Like I would have reset this run the minute I failed bank approach, right? Like
Yeah.
Right.
like the minute I failed the first level, it's a reset. The minute I'm like not nailing chase exactly right or venom exactly right, it's a reset. So I did get a gold split on maze though, or like on lizard maze.
Yeah,
Very
I got a gold
nice.
split.
let's go.
I was like, I thought I was already maxed out on that, but I guess not. And
Alright.
you, as you can see, like chat, if you're watching, Stop Jesse's swing canceling and just awareness of this game has gotten a lot better.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think
Absolutely.
anyone
he was
who's
practicing all last night, so
yeah, anyone who saw any of his kind of original streams, you can see like the strides he's taken in and how quickly he's picked up like some of the more like complex mechanics. Like swing canceling looks pretty simple, but like take it to like a really high level where you can like maneuver around a bit better than you can just regularly. It's takes a lot of effort and a lot of skill. So yeah, he's done a really good job to pick it up as quickly as he has.
The effort it takes to make Spider-Man swing where you want him to swing is a lot more than you'd think
Yeah.
if you don't know.
Yeah,
This
It
game
looks
is
easy.
tank controls for anybody who's wondering. It's like Spider-Man with a free, like kind of a free camera and tank controls. So imagine Spider-Man Resident Evil style, and you just have an action button. You have like action buttons where you can swing and do other stuff, but more like Tomb Raider, I guess, right? Like the
Yeah,
OG Tomb Raiders.
yeah. Ah, true. Actually, the OG Tomb Raiders. Have either of you got the remasters? I kind of want to pick those up actually at some point.
I want to play them on stream. I have them downloaded. I want
Oh,
to play them on
sick.
stream.
Sick.
Yeah, but we're not here to talk about Tomb Raider. We're here to talk
True,
about Spider-Man.
guys.
That's right.
Spider-Man.
Speaking of Spider-Man, Jesse is coming up on some of these last few turns. I think he's got one level to go, 1 or 2 levels to go before he's ready to put the time on his clock.
Yeah, here we go. We're approaching it now. The
This
second
is
to
the
last corridor.
this is last corridor before the level ends. So
Yep,
Here we
there
go.
it is.
And there we go.
And there he
Jeez.
is.
43-19. Respectable time, honestly, like genuinely, for someone who, like we say, has not run this category
who fell off
very
the
often.
train?
Fell off the train as well.
Who fell off the
Very
train?
often. Fell off the train as well.
The train was my downfall.
Hey, there he is.
Here we go.
Hey, there he is.
Here we go.
Oh man, GG's.
Yeah,
Oh
GG.
man, GG's. Dude, bro, it's okay. I missed every single skip in the game. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
For
Oh my.
for a seasoned runner and one of our newest members in the community, this time is honestly impressively close. You know, the time difference between the times today is less than the time difference between Fetty's PB and Jesse's PB. So we're seeing some great improvement from you, Jesse, and I think you did a really solid job.
Yeah, in a run environment as well, it's always the pressure's on because you know you're not going to be resetting. You know the kind of the skips have to pay off if you want to get the speed and the time. So yeah, really well played. Really well played.
Could have been better. That train fucked me up. I thought my homie was my homie, but my homie just threw me under the train.
Those homies did not want any hugs, especially on that second time through.
Let me
Dude,
tell
I was
you, your lizard
thinking,
your lizard homies were destroying me though. So
dude, if
I
you
just
were listening, if I had my mic on, I was singing. I was like, "Lullaby, baby, on the treetop," and I can't believe that.
they just
Uh,
hit you off.
yeah,
That's the one thing about hugging the homie strat that is dangerous is that you have to pay attention.
Yeah.
yeah. Now I
Well.
know. Don't fall in between the trains.
Yeah.
Just stay in the middle.
But yeah, as always, Spyron hasn't mentioned it, but he probably has, but hasn't mentioned it now. As always, this game is more accessible than ever. If you go on src.com, speedrun.com, look up Spider-Man 2K, you will find, like Spider-Man 2000, you'll find this game. You'll be able to find the link to our Discord. If you're in chat, Spyron will probably drop a link. You can just come in. We can tell you where to get the ROM legally. We will send you a disc for your computer, and also like DuckStation is just it's free. It's a very advanced thing. I mean, I'm the only one in this entire bracket playing on hardware, so like
Is that
everyone
true
else is
though?
playing on
Actually, because
it is.
is Crypto playing emulator as well? Because his run was on hardware, but I wasn't sure if he was going to switch across.
Crypto is playing on emulator. I'm pretty sure.
Ah, okay.
That's why I said it's a sea of emulators, and I have hardware.
Yeah.
But if anybody wants to run it, the rules are there, and it's a fun game to just go back and play through. Like this is a classic game. I consider it the best Spider-Man game, even better than 2018 and Spider-Man 2. So like, I consider this trilogy like the story better. So even if you just want to come play it for the story, we got you. Because you're not going to see much story if you're watching our runs.
It's true. True.
No, not at all. You're gonna miss one of Venom's best lines: the "surf the web, surf the web."
It is the best line. I have it as a sound alert for my stream. It is the best line in the game.
Yeah, it's actually gutting
Also-
how many like good lines we miss because of the speedrun. Such a shame. Such a shame.
You basically missed the entire Mysterio cutscene, which is like
Yeah.
insane.
Crazy.
Look, I will say this game is super accessible now. Don't look at the leaderboards and be like, "Oh, I can't do that," because eventually you will be able to. Spyron's been running this game for under a year. I've been running it for a year. and Soda's been running it for 3. So like you're really gonna just see the differences and stuff like that. So it's a very accessible game to be able to play. If you have a PC or if you have a PS2 or a PS1, this game is actually affordable. It's, you know what I mean? There's many ways to play this game.
Yeah.
Um,
So anyone
that's
watching,
my
Absolutely.
that's my beg for anybody who wants to come to our community and or just play the game again.
yeah, do come chill with
Yeah,
us. We're
the
a nice
community is
bunch.
fun. Yeah. I've been learning a lot from Fetty, Spyran, Soda as well. Uh, join the community. It's a fun environment.
There you
Even
go.
though Will Fetty might curse you out and say, "Hey, you're doing this wrong. Get better."
And look, I'm only doing that with you because you're my protege. I'm training you, all right? I can't be nice if I'm training you, all right?
All right.
There you have it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. Willie Fetty again, congratulations on the win. And Stop Jesse, thank you for the run. A pleasure to watch you both. Chuck as well,
07's
thank
in the
you.
chat.
Please, yes, please.
Absolutely.
Is that 07's the chat?
Chuck, thank you for joining me on commentary today. It was a pleasure having you here. Any closing thoughts from you, Chuck?
Not a whole lot. Just again, this community is really popping off right now. Getting really popular here in the last year or so. Just in the time that I've been here, which has again been less than a year, so many new skips have been found. So this game is pretty hot right now. So feel free to join in. Even if you're not going to run, it's always interesting to see what comes up next.
Hey, Faye has that comic, I think.
I do. I wanted to say it so bad, but
Yeah.
I wanted one of y'all to say it. Nobody said it.
Nice.
So mad.
I think I saw you mouthing it in your
I
stream.
pointed to the comic. I was like, I have
Yeah,
that.
that's right. Also, you praying just before the talk off.
That's gonna be
That's
that's
great.
gonna be every single stream. I can't talk, so I have to use emotions. It's just gonna be
Perfect.
raw emotion.
There we go. Right. Well, that wraps us up. Tune in. Hold on. Let me get the bracket up. I believe the next race isn't until Monday now. Let me just double check and verify that.
Put the bracket up.
Yeah.
Make a
Okay.
tab, dude.
I'll do it. Hold on. I'm going to do it. Wait for this, everyone. This is the power of OBS magic. Give me a second. I want to do a window capture, please. That's the one.
While
There
he's
it
at
is.
it,
Look.
Jesse,
Boom.
Jesse, real quick, is that a PB?
No.
No.
My
Okay.
PB right now is 40:04.
Gotcha.
Okay. So not
Alright.
far off then, to be fair. Despite
Yeah.
the things that went wrong, I think really, really good still.
Yeah. Subway just screwed me over right there because on Subway I lost 2 minutes from that. And
So if
then
anyone's looking at this confusing bracket that got put up, like basically, how the I don't know if Spyron, did you explain it? Like, did you explain it, or were
I
you
think
just
so.
like it's a
Yeah.
best of 3?
So we'll explain. I guess we can explain it again very quickly before we go. So essentially, this is the first part of the bracket, which is the seeding phase, which will then decide. If I click onto the bracket, you can see we've got seeds on here that will decide where everyone ends up in the double elimination brackets. You can see we've got a winners and losers bracket as we go on. This first initial bit is just to decide on seeding and where everyone will be placed. We've got 3 rounds of seeding. So the first round is all these matchups here on the left hand side. So obviously, Betty and Stop Jesse squared off today. Our next match, which will be Monday, I believe. The 4th is Monday.
There's gonna be 3 on Monday.
Yes.
It is.
Back
No,
to
just
back.
one.
Just what?
Just
3 on
one on
Tuesday.
Monday.
Tuesday is the day.
Fourth.
Yeah.
March
Tuesday's
4th
the day.
is Felicia versus Nilo. I can't
That's
say his
Nilo?
name.
Nilo, yeah.
Nilo. There.
Nilo's the guy, yeah. Yeah, so that'll be a really interesting and hype matchup, I think, because Nilo is a very, very tenured PC runner primarily. Kind of just decided to do a run the other day and got 5th on the leaderboard for PlayStation. So he is one to watch. A dark horse, I almost think, of this tournament potentially. Because the PC runners are pretty cracked, it has to be said. Up against
the best runner in the community is on PC.
there you go, exactly. And up against Felicia, who someone who's run the game quite extensively, has moved on to other things actually, and is doing kind of some Silent Hill stuff at the minute. But has joined us gladly for the races now, and will be up and seeing what their skills can do. With I don't know how much they've been practicing in the meantime, but a tenured runner on PlayStation who will, I'm sure, put up a good fight against Nyla. But there you go. So that's the bracket. So please tune in same time on Monday for that matchup. But in the meantime, I have been Spiron. That has been Willie Fetty, Stop Jesse, and Chuck Nicey. And we will see you all on Monday. Take care, everyone.
Later,
Thank
guys.
you. All right. Have a good night.